He wasn't just a voice on your TV screen, he was a voice for a people. Jonathan Joss, the man behind the iconic John Redcorn from King of the Hill, has left us. But what he gave the world will echo far beyond his final day. A proud Native American, a passionate actor, and a fearless voice for representation. This is the life, the legacy, and the impact of Jonathan Joss. Born in 1965, Jonathan Joss was of Comanche and Apache descent, a heritage he held close to his heart. Raised in San Antonio, Texas, he grew up with a deep respect for indigenous culture and the responsibility that came with carrying his ancestors' voice into the future. His journey wasn't just about acting. It was about preserving identity in a world that often tried to erase it. In the early 90s, Hollywood wasn't kind to Native American actors. Roles were limited, often stereotypical. Jonathan began as a background artist, slowly carving out space for himself in an industry that rarely looked like him. But his presence, calm, wise, dignified, stood out. And then came a role that would change everything. In 1997, King of the Hill introduced a character who became both humorous and deeply symbolic: John Redcorn. Voiced by Jonathan Joss, Redcorn was more than a running gag. He was often the only native character in the room. Dignified, spiritual, misunderstood. Jonathan infused the role with subtlety, respect, and humanity, turning a comedic trope into cultural commentary. Fans loved him. Redcorn wasn't just a side character, he was a fan favorite, and Jonathan Joss made sure he never felt like a caricature. After King of the Hill, Joss continued to expand his reach, appearing in Walker, Texas Ranger, Comanche Moon, and even the hit series Parks and Recreation as Ken Ho-Tate, another iconic native role. Whether it was in a drama, comedy, or historical fiction, Jonathan played native men with pride, depth, and a refusal to accept lazy stereotypes. His voice also became a mainstay in commercials and narration, instantly recognizable to fans. Jonathan Joss was more than an actor. He was an advocate. He often spoke out about the lack of accurate native representation in film and TV. In interviews, he challenged the industry to move beyond feathered headdresses and stoic warriors, and to embrace real stories, real people. He worked with tribal communities, appeared at cultural events, and mentored young native artists trying to find their voice. In his later years, Joss remained active, lending his voice to independent films and participating in cultural projects. His sudden passing in 2025 came as a shock to fans and peers around the world. Tributes poured in from co-stars, fellow indigenous actors, and fans who grew up listening to his voice. His loss is deeply felt, but his presence is forever etched in media history. Jonathan Joss did something rare. He made the world laugh, while making it think. He stood for something greater than himself. In every word, every line, every look, he carried a culture. He may be gone, but the voice of John Redcorn and the man who brought him to life will continue to inspire generations of native artists, storytellers, and dreamers. Rest in power, Jonathan Joss. If this tribute moved you, please like, share, and consider supporting native artists and media. Their stories matter. Jonathan Joss proved that every day.